We're going to assemble the HI903 Volumétrico Karl Fischer titrator and take you through each step to help ensure it is set up correctly. Installation mistakes can result in damage to your equipment or introduce moisture into your sample, causing wrong readings. If you would like to have a Hanna certified technician on site to oversee your installation, you can contact us at sales@hannainst.com. Let's begin. We'll start by inspecting what comes included with your Karl Fischer titration equipment. Inside you'll find the main titration unit with reagent exchange pump attached, the dosing pump with burette attached, the titration beaker, the waste bottle, glass desiccant cartridges, and the box containing O-rings, fittings, and everything you'll need to assemble the titrator. You'll also want to have your reagents ready. We'll use these during the setup. Start by filling the desiccant cartridges. You'll notice a small amount of glass wool inside each cartridge. This is to keep the desiccant from falling out. Fill each cartridge with the supplied silica gel desiccant and add the caps. Note that this gel is indicating and will turn from orange to clear when it needs to be replaced or recharged. Next, attach the dosing pump and burette. To do this, remove the retaining screw on the pump slot and set it aside. Then, take the pump with the burette attached and connect it to the ribbon cable below the pump slot. Lower the pump into the titrator and replace the retaining screw to hold the pump in place. Now we'll attach the beaker and dispensing tip. You'll need the beaker support, the beaker ring, your glass beaker, stir bar, and beaker top. First, align the beaker support with the base plate and rotate clockwise. Then, place the beaker ring onto the support and align with notches on top. Insert the glass beaker into the ring and add the stir bar. Carefully place the beaker top onto the glass beaker and secure in place by pushing the top through the beaker ring, with the notches aligned with the force seal pins of the beaker top. Finally, twist the beaker ring to lock the top in place. Now, we'll work on sealing the cell. Karl Fischer titrations take place in a sealed vessel to prevent atmospheric moisture from getting in. This piece of Karl Fischer titration equipment uses compression fittings to accomplish this. We will remove and reinstall each fitting being used. Start with a dispensing tip. The HI903 comes with the tip and O-ring already installed, so all we'll need to do is fasten the dispensing tube from the burette to the tip port. Be sure that the fitting is finger tight, but do not over tighten. Now we'll install the electrode. Remove the 10mm fitting and O-ring that is located behind the dispensing tip. Using this fitting ensures that reagent mixes adequately during titration. Insert the electrode through the fitting, followed by the black 10mm O-ring. Push the electrode down into the beaker and retighten the fitting. Be sure that the electrode is pushed down as far as possible and that the electrode pins are aligned with the center of the beaker. Finally, plug the electrode into the back of the titrator. Next, we'll install the tubing for the solvent handling system. White plugs cover the solvent ports. Remove the plugs and loosen each of these fittings. There is no need to remove these completely from the beaker top. You'll find the blue PTFE solvent tubings in bags with bottle tops and clear tubing. Insert the lengths of the tubing into the 5mm solvent ports. Give enough length for them to be visible about a ½ inch down into the titration vessel. Finally, tighten the fittings to ensure a snug fit. Now we'll add the desiccant cartridge. Use a cartridge that does not have a hose-barbed cap. This will help ensure a dry cell. Remove the 10mm fitting and O-ring and insert the cartridge through each, starting with the fitting, followed by the O-ring. Place this assembly into the 10mm port, then tighten it to secure it. Next, we'll need to put together the bottle top assemblies. We need these on the waste, solvent, and titrant bottles. There may be some contact with the Karl Fischer reagents. Be sure to use the proper personal protective equipment for these steps and keep the MSDS handy. For the titrant bottle, we'll need a white PTFE bottle top, a GL45 bottle screw cap, and a desiccant cartridge without hose-barbed cap. Notice each of the bottle tops and the two ports on top. The bottle top for the Titran bottle has a slightly smaller 3mm port. You can recognize this by inspecting the color of the O-ring. For the Titran bottle, the O-ring for the tube fitting is black. For the solvent and waste bottles, the O-rings are red. The two bottle tops are also packaged separately. You can identify the Titran top as it is not packaged with the tubing. To build this assembly, remove the 10mm and 3mm fittings and black O-rings from the bottle top. Start with a desiccant cartridge. Insert it through the 10mm fitting and O-ring and tighten it onto the bottle top. Next, place a GL45 clear bottle screw cap over the assembly and screw it onto the Titran bottle. Now insert the tubing from the burette into the 3mm fitting and black O-ring. Push the tubing down into the Titran bottle and screw the fitting onto the bottle top. Make sure the tubing on the top goes all the way down. All that should be visible is the blue PTFE tube protector. This is also a good time to close the light shield on the burette to protect the Titran from degradation. For the solvent and waste bottle assemblies, we'll need white PTFE bottle tops, GL45 bottle screw caps, and desiccant cartridges with hose barbed caps. Remove the 10mm and 5mm fittings and red O-rings from the bottle top. Start with a desiccant cartridge. Insert it through the 10mm fitting and black O-ring and tighten it onto the bottle top. Next, place a GL45 clear bottle screw cap over the assembly and screw it onto the bottle. Now, insert the tubing from your beaker top into the 5mm fittings and red O-rings. Push the tubing down into the solvent and waste bottles and screw the fittings tight onto the bottle tops. Make sure the tubing on the top goes all the way down. All that should be visible is the blue PTFE tube protector. Now, we will add the clear air tubing. These tubes are for the air pump and the waste and solvent bottles. Insert the tubing onto the desiccant caps with hose barb tops and connect it to the corresponding position on the air pump. The fill position connects to the solvent bottle assembly. The empty position connects to the waste bottle assembly. Once these are in place, the titrator is fully assembled, and you can begin to prepare for Karl Fischer titrations by filling the cell and priming your burette. Thank you for your purchase of the Hanna HI903 Volumétrico Karl Fischer titrator. We hope you have found this video tutorial useful. If you have any questions or concerns, contact us at sales@hannainst.com or call us at 877-MY-HANNA. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.